The next talk comes with the title of Empowering Hotels Directly with اسم ريحته حلوة Miss Zeinab Bel Yasmine, the Regional Director Middle East at Profitroom.
Hi everyone, مساء الخير. I'm learning some Egyptian words. Well, actually, I'm from Morocco. My Arabic is not the best, but I'm working. So أنا مبسوطة لأن معاكم اليوم النهاردة. So, first of all, I want to thank Dr. Taha. I'm very, really happy to be in Cairo. This is my first time in Cairo. So thank you so much for the opportunity. We've been talking about this since a while. I said I want to come to Cairo. And as I said, I'm Moroccan. So you know it's not a surprise that we are quite close to your culture. So I grew up with Egyptian movies and Egyptian songs, etc. So when I landed here, actually, I felt like I'm actually in a movie. So I'm very, very happy to be here. Thank you so much. So before diving into my presentation, I wanted to share some photos with you. I'm sure you recognize some faces here. But there are two people you can't recognize, obviously. But those are my parents. And I wanted to add this photo here because actually 1 month ago, I called my mom and I told her I'm going to Cairo. And she sent me those photos. Actually, this is the honeymoon of my parents. It was more than 40 years ago. And my mom, she was actually very nostalgic about the trip she made in Cairo, and she sent me this. And I want to share this with you today. And also telling you that you know that 40 years ago, actually Egypt was the dream of people to travel to. It was an inspiring destination. It was a glamorous destination. My parents being with those famous people, it's something that they still remember. And today I want to take this opportunity to tell you that obviously nothing's changed. Egypt is still inspiring people. Egypt is still the place where people want to travel. We see it from the numbers. Actually, I think 15 million of tourists came last year. So people are still interested and they love Egypt. But one thing changed. One thing changed, obviously, is the way people are traveling. While 40 years ago, they used to travel through travel agencies to operators. Now we see there is a shift in technology. There is a shift on the way people travel. And that's why I'm here. So I'm going to talk about technology. I'm going to talk about the direct bookings. It was quite interesting discussions today. So we talked a lot about direct bookings. So just a few words about me. I used to work with the OTAs for 10 years. So I worked with Booking.com and Expedia. And then 6 years ago, I moved to the direct bookings. And I'm very happy to be here today to share with you some key strategies to help you increase your direct booking. So just before going into my presentation, I have a question to ask. So please think about the last time you booked the hotel. So the last time you booked the hotel, can you tell us, can you raise your hand for the ones who book it through an OTA, Booking.com or Expedia? Sorry? All? Raise your hands. Okay. Well, we have few, actually. Okay. So the ones who book through travel agencies, tour operator? No. You? One person? Great. So now raise your hand if you call the hotel directly to book your room. 2 people here? So? Okay. Well, last question. Raise your hand if you booked it through a website, direct website. Jem, I'm not surprised. I used to work with Jem at the Hotels Network, so really specialize in direct bookings. Do we have other people that booked through the direct website? I'm very glad. Okay, I thought I would see more hands raised for OTAs. So my next question, for the ones who said OTAs, how many said, well, you said everyone, no? Booking, okay. So I want to know why you choose the OTAs. So the first one is because the process was fast and easy. Can you raise your hands? Fast and easy. Sorry. So raise your hand for the one that booked through the OTA because the price is cheapest. Also, no? No? You have to search. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you need to have many touch points before and compare the prices, etc. Yeah, true. So the ones who think the OTAs, it's a trust website where you can book your hotel. You trust those websites. Okay. I see more the fast, actually fast and easy is the one who's winning. The last one is you got an extra perk, an upsell or something. Right. Okay. Not a lot of hands, but okay. So why I'm asking those questions? Because actually we can exactly do the same to increase the direct bookings, but we need to understand where to start from. One number here to share. So in general, in average worldwide, the direct booking share is actually 20% of the total bookings. If we look at Egypt, Egypt direct share is actually 5%, meaning that there is a room of improvement, there is still a lot of things to do, and today I want to share some strategies with you. Why direct booking is important? We had a lot of interesting discussions about the mix. Should I sell through tour operators, to Booking.com, or direct? We know that direct website, the ADR is higher. We know that in the direct website, the cancellation is lower. And we saw it from different presentations. But the most important part is having a balance. We need to have a balance with all the distribution channels, and one of them is actually the direct website. So I'm going to take you through some key strategies here, but let me tell you something. At the end of my presentation, I have a game for you. So I'm going to ask you some questions. You're going to use the Kahoot. We're going to explain how it works. And some of those questions will be in my slides, actually. And we have some little gifts to share with you. So the first key that is very, very important, you obviously can have the best website, the best booking engine. If no one lands into your website, you cannot grow your direct bookings. And this is the first step. We need to understand where I want to put my money on driving traffic into my website. So inspiring here, one number I'm sharing, 68% of the travelers, they make a search on the search engines. They go into Google, the Meta, they look for your properties, and they go to your website. Now, in terms of campaigns, you have the organic campaigns and you have the paid campaigns. The paid campaigns, actually, they help to increase the traffic by 40%. So it's very important to think of the mix, the budget you want to have to drive the traffic. If you have traffic, you convert. It's obvious. Now, I'm adding here the social media, but basically, this is where you get the inspiration. So you inspire people about your destination, you make them dream. Social media is quite important to be in and manage this channel. Now, the second key important strategy is optimizing. So I don't know if you know what is the billboard effect. You know the billboard effect? So basically, 75% of your guests, they found you on OTAs before going into your website. So OTAs are not your enemy. It's the best discovery tool to drive direct bookings, to drive traffic. So take advantage of people copy-pasting your name on OTAs and going into your direct website to look for something. And now, you can agree with me, if we go into the direct website, so the one who choose the direct website, we are all looking for something more, right? If we find exactly the same as OTAs, then we're gonna book through the OTAs. So we need to make sure first, not easy, rate parity. We need to make sure that we have exactly the same rates that you have on the OTA's website. Genius, geolocation, everything needs to be in your direct website. The second point is the value. So if you compare your rates, probably if you give something more to your direct bookers, then you have more chance to drive the direct bookings. Now the third point is simplicity. And often when we talk about the website, so the website is obviously the first door that we open of your hotel. And what I hear often is, I have a nice website, I have beautiful photos, but a good website is not necessarily a nice website. A good website is a fast website, is a website without errors, is a website that is clear, etc. So obviously high quality photos are quite important. I'm showing one of our partners' website here. I think he's in the room. And then easy navigation. One number is important. We need 5 seconds, so this is the number. The users use 5 seconds in your website to make a decision to book direct. Meaning you have 5 seconds to convince this user that the website you can book actually there. So 5 seconds is quite low, no? We need to have an easy navigation. The booking button needs to be clear. All the information needs to be really clear on the website. I think there is no surprise. But the traffic, the highest traffic is on the mobile. 70% of the traffic that goes into your website comes from the mobile device. Think about the mobile device first. And we are actually at Profitroom, a mobile, we built our products based on the mobile. But because the traffic is there, doesn't mean bookings will be there. The conversion of the mobile will always be low compared to the desktop, but this is the first step where users will look at your website. Now, one of the questions I ask is why you choose OTAs, and you choose OTAs because you trust the website. So the same feeling people need to have when they enter your website. How I can build the trust in my website. The first one, obviously, is the content. We need to be realistic, obviously, like showing the real photos of your hotels, etc., but also reviews. 95% of travelers, they will check your reviews before booking direct. You need to have your reviews on your website. This is obvious. Otherwise, they will go into another website and they book there. Now, I'm talking about the URL. So when you probably all work with booking engines. So when you have your website, I'm a user, I'm entering the website, I open the booking engine, I find myself into a third party name that I never heard about. Users, they have no clue about what is a booking engine. They're booking your property. And this is very important. If we take them into a page where they don't know it's you, actually there is a third party, there is a high chance that people will leave your website. So this is one of our clients, but the way we build our booking engine is on the top of the website, is actually an iframe. No surprise, but payment gateway is very important. Payment gateway helps increasing the conversion by 30%. So people need to feel secure when they enter the credit cards in your website. This is very important. I know there are some payment gateway solutions in the room. This is very important to have on the website. So this is this is the fifth point, is actually incentivize. As I said, people, when they go into your website, they expect to find something different. But what can you offer to the user that they cannot find on OTAs? So this is actually packages. Except Expedia, who actually package the flight and the hotel. But I talk about a package. It can be a room night with a dining, a spa, etc. This is the value you give on the top of your website that the clients will be looking for. we talked about cancellation, but flexible booking policy is very important. It was important in the COVID time, we heard about this, but actually it's still relevant. A flexible cancellation policy helps increase the direct bookings. And you know, on the direct website, the cancellation is actually low. I'm adding just a last point here, but communicate about any offer you have. It doesn't need to be hidden in your website. You need to use some banners or pop-ups, etc., to highlight your benefits to book direct. So extras, here, extra upsell. Obviously, we want to make the user spend the money on your website. So how we can do that? We need to have the extras on the website, but we need to have personalized extras. Obviously, if I already booked a room with the breakfast, I'm not going to show the breakfast as an extra because the person already booked it. So the extras actually help increasing the revenue by 10%. Can you raise your hand for the ones who sell extras in the website directly? Okay, there are many. Great. So what kind of extras you sell on your direct website? Breakfast? Amazing. Airport transfer, for example? Okay, it's one of the most booked ones, actually. Okay, amazing, great. So the extras, actually what happened is that people, they make the decision to take extras usually right before the check-in. So once they book, they can find the extras, but usually 30% of the users, they will take the extras one day before. So take advantage of the communication. I'm talking about the marketing automation, but we need to send emails to the users to remind them about the extras they can book, and there is a big chance that they book it right before the check-in. So we've been talking about the loyalty, but regain is quite important. It costs actually 5 times more to acquire a new guest than someone that already stayed in your property. So it's quite cheap to have a loyal, but you need to have a loyalty program in your website. So we see a lot of type of loyalty program with points, etc. But the one that people are looking for today is the instant gratification. It's kind of the genius on booking.com, but actually people, they want to go into your website, they have 10%, they put their email address, and it's done. And this is also, what we can see here is actually our loyalty program, but loyalty program needs to be fast. Obviously, we need to be quick. We're not going to ask of date of birth, etc., to register someone, but just your email address, and it's enough. So this is key number 8. So I have 3 last keys before we play the game. The key number 8 is actually targeting. We need to have a CRM. We need to talk people in a different way. Not all users, they are looking for the same thing, but we need to understand who they are, where they come from, what they like, etc. Segments, we need to segment them. We cannot communicate with families same way we communicate with couples. We cannot communicate with people from China, for example, some way we will communicate with someone from the UK. So we need to segment our users and target them. Target them with campaigns, target them with the right message on your website, but also by email. Last one, but we already talked about it. The measurement, obviously you cannot improve anything if you cannot measure. So measure is very important. There are a lot of products, you are using a lot of tech, etc. You need to make sure that you are looking at the return on investment, to look at your strategies, you know what works, what doesn't work. We need to be fast because technology is changing. So a BI product is actually quite important to have all the data centralized, but use all the data from different companies that you work with and measure the return on investment. And last one, but not the least, actually, is people. So how many, this happened to me many times, but it happens that I call a hotel, I ask for an offer, and they just tell me, like, look, book it on booking.com, it's cheapest, and that's it. I don't know if it happens to you, but it happens, yeah. It happens. But direct bookings is a mindset in your in your team, actually. Your team needs to be aware, from the front desk to the F&B to the marketing sales, we need to make sure that people are aligned on the strategy to drive direct bookings. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. So it starts with people. If I have one thing to say, direct bookings start first with people and then with the strategies. But people first need to be trained, and people need to have the right tools. Because obviously, how many of you receive like emails and phone calls to have for a client who wants to book? To manage a booking through a phone call or email, it takes a lot of time. So team needs to have also the right tool to manage the direct bookers and to be obviously trained. So this is the 10 keys from my side. I'm gonna now test if you actually looked and read my numbers on my slides. So I have a quiz for you. So we need to click on the link. So can you all take your phone, and we're gonna go into the Kahoot website. So you just need to click on the link. You can. Until we manage to do we have any questions? Any comments? Does anyone have more than 10% share on the direct bookings in this room? Yes, please. Yeah.
Putting my credit card details in a website that I don't know and know the hackability and everything, so how can we assure?
You need a payment gateway. It needs to be secure. The guest needs to receive the code. If you just ask people to put their credit cards, they will not. Yeah, it needs to be. You need to highlight it on your website that there is a payment gateway there. Do you use any payment gateway? Or? No, you don't.
Alpha, honey, onion, tea.
Yeah, please. So get ready to join. You need to go to Kahoot. Please do. You're gonna have, here is the QR code. You can just take the QR code. And then they're gonna ask you for a PIN code. Okay, we start to have people. The prince, who is the prince? Oh, nice to meet you.
فين البين كود هنا؟ اهو فين وهنا؟ مفيش باج تحت جوين.
يا والله
ادخل على ازر يعني ولا اعمل ايه؟ خد يا ست الكرسي.
Yes, we're still having people joining.
دخلتي خلاص؟ دخلتيني؟ اكتب النيك نيم قولوا.
Great. So let's play. Let's start. So you have few seconds to answer, so you have to be quite quick. Are you ready to convert direct? Actually, yeah, I think yes. Many.
answer this time. Question 2 أنا ما لحقتش.
Okay, which of these is the most effective way to convert OTA bookers into direct bookers? A free welcome drink, exclusive websites only perks, raising OTA prices, or remove your hotel from all OTAs? This is a bit risky, no?
اختار الاجابه بص
اختار الإجابة فين؟
اهو السؤال الاجابه اهي
One
هو
answer.
الشكل اهو بص حضرتك الاجابات اهي بتختاري الشكل من هنا
Nice. Next question. So who is the winner? Sunrise. Number 1. Jem. Number 2. So next question.
مش عارف هو ده حدوده. سألت ليه؟
So how can hotels reduce their reliance on OTAs? It's a tricky question. So enhance their website direct booking experience, implement a loyalty program, retarget with the remarketing campaigns, or list on more OTAs platform. A complex one. Great. So do we have Sunrise is still on the top? Yeah, next. I see here. Yasmine, the second one. Great. Next question. So what is the average increase in ADR when booking a package? 2%, 20%, 40, or 50? It was on my slides. Oh. Was a hard one. It's actually 40% increase in ADR when you book a package. STB, Nanis, yeah. Next one. So a mobile optimized experience can boost conversion by 10%, 50%, 20%, or 40%. Think we're good? The second. Nice. 50% actually. Mobile important. It's very important to optimize your mobile actually. So we have Sunrise is back. Jem. Yasmine and Sharif. Next question. Selling extras helps increase the direct conversion by 2, 5, 10, or 20%. Two seconds. It's actually 10%. Nanis is back. Next question. So a loyalty program can boost direct conversion by 5%, 20%, 30%, 50%. Actually, it's 50%. It's quite huge. Sunrise is back. Does anyone have the loyalty program? Okay, good. Nice. You have more direct bookings, I'm sure. Next question. So this is the last one. It's a bonus question. Which Egyptian food best represents a successful direct booking strategy? A koshari, it's a perfect mix of ingredients like great strategy. A mahshi, slow to prepare but rewarding. Basbousa, it's sweet, irresistible, and keeps guests coming back. and molokhia, rich, traditional, and full of hidden value. I need to try them all, by the way. This is a bonus question. It has 2 points. Yeah, koshari, good one. So, we have a winner, B. Nanis, Sherif Anwar. And number 1, Sunrise. So we have a really little gift for the winners. Actually, yeah. Can you come here, by the way? Sunrise, Nanis, Sherif. Yeah. What's your name? Hassan. So it's really, I'm telling you, it's a little gift coming from Dubai. If you heard about the chocolate, Dubai chocolate, we bring some for the winners. Thank you so much. That's on. Thank you so much. This is the end of my presentation. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learned something, but thank you so much for listening to me. Thanks.